first start from the simple and then we go to the complex one. Now, I'm having another problem here. Now, in this problem, I make use of tan, which is a graph that is not liked by most of the students. This is a funny one. It's not liked by most of the students. However, we need to deal with it. Suppose we are having this trigonometric equation. We have got tan x is equals to -1. We just follow the steps that we have been following all along. We said step 1. Step 1, you can remind me about the step 1? Yes, identify the quadrant. And you should be familiar with the steps now. Right, let's identify the quadrant. Tan is negative in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. All students of technical college, yes, it's positive here, positive there, so I'm correct there. Now, we have identified the quadrant. It means we are done with that minus sign. Now, step number 2, we are going to find the reference angle. We are going to refer to this angle to find the solution for the problem tan x, for the equation tan x is equals to -1. Now, how do we do that? We take the calculator, we do the same thing that we have done, second function or shift. In this case, we are working with tan. I want to press -1. Oops, wrong. I've already used -1 just to identify the quadrant. So I need to press just 1 and then equal sign, and my reference angle is 45 degrees. So my reference angle is 45 degrees there, and let me just draw that. No, we are working in the fourth quadrant as well as in the second quadrant. Now something is funny here. This thing wants to be the straight line. Okay, we'll see why does it want to be the straight line. Okay, let's go back. We have got our reference angle. Let's write our reference angle. Remember, I'll drop my marker once again to remind you that we work with the x-axis. Now, to write my reference angle, I'm going to consider this 45 degrees being this angle here, and I'm dropping my marker again. I'm going to consider my reference angle as this one, 45 degrees. Now, is that the solution for the problem? The answer is no. Why? When we want the solution, we are going to start from the positive x-axis up until we touch this arm here. Then we are going to have the solution. Definitely, this is not the same as the reference angle. So our solution will be step 3. We go to our solution. X will be equals to this angle here will be 180 degrees minus 45 degrees, which is 180 degrees minus 45 degrees. Now, we've got to stop and talk about something which is very much interesting when we are dealing with tan. You see, I'm at this point where tan is the ratio of the opposite side over the adjacent side. Of course, what makes tan to be negative in the second quadrant is because the opposite side is the y value, corresponds to the y values that are positive, and the adjacent side corresponds, the adjacent side corresponds to the negative x value. So a positive value divided by a negative value will give you a negative value, which makes tan to be negative in the second quadrant. So my point is, I'm here, I've moved from here up to there, which is the same as moving from here up to there. But now I want to rotate in that anti-clockwise direction. If I rotate like that, whoops, I come across an arm. And once I come across that arm, I must read the angle there. Okay, now that happens after how many degrees? I was here and I've rotated up to there. That happens after 180 degrees. In the case of sine and cosine, we had to rotate for 360 degrees, and in this case we just rotate 180 degrees. Therefore, we'll say the general solution will be 180 degrees times n. Of course, if we can move from here, we get there and we'll get the same solution. So n being an element of integers, what is the problem if we don't mention that n is an element of integers? Of course, you are going to lose some other solutions like negative solutions. If we look at the tan graph here, and we want to get the solutions where the y value of the graph of tan is equals to -1, we are going to come across negative values, which is -45, -225, and if we don't specify that n must be an element of integers, then we're going to forfeit marks. Right. Then, and we can simplify this as 180 minus 45, that will be 135 degrees plus 180 degrees times n. Right. That will be the first general solution for that problem, tan x is equals to -1. Now, the second problem, or our solution x will be equals to from here up to there. Now, how do we find the solution from here up to there? I drop my marker once again and stand back so that you can remember that we only use the x-axis to generate the solution for this problem. So this angle here will be 360 degrees minus this reference angle there. So our solution will be 360 degrees minus our reference angle, which was 45 degrees. But as we have indicated, to find the general solution, once we rotated 180 degrees, we are there, we find another solution. We rotate 180 degrees, we find another solution. So we'll have plus 180 degrees times n being an element of integers. Okay, we simplify this. 360 minus 45, that will be 315 plus 180 degrees times n. I hope you find it interesting as we are moving deeper and deeper with these trigonometric equations.